Something surprising has started to happen in the world of cars and YouTube, and many people did not see it coming. Mat Armstrong, a well-known car builder and YouTuber, recently received a package that changed the mood around his entire channel. At first, it looked like just another delivery, something normal for someone who works with broken and rebuilt cars every day. But this time it was different. The package came from Koenigsegg, a very rare and very expensive car company from Sweden. This shocked many fans because Mat has never owned or rebuilt a Koenigsegg car before. He has worked on many crash cars like Lamborghini and Ferrari, but never a Koenigsegg. When he opened the box, he found official merchandise like hoodies, t-shirts, and premium items directly from the company. This made people ask a big question. Why would such a high-level car brand send gifts to someone who has never even worked on their cars? This simple moment started a big wave of discussion across the automotive world because it felt unusual and unexpected. Many fans began to wonder if something bigger was about to happen between Mat and Koenigsegg. It was not just about clothes or gifts anymore. It felt like the beginning of a new story in the car world, one that could connect a YouTuber and one of the most exclusive car brands in the world. To understand why the situation is so important, we need to understand who Mat Armstrong is. Mat is not just a regular car YouTuber. He is someone who buys crashed luxury and supercars and rebuilds them back to life. Many of these cars are extremely expensive and difficult to repair. Over the years, he has worked on cars like Lamborghini Aventador, Ferrari 296 GTB, and other high-performance machines. These are not simple projects. They require a lot of money, time, and skill. In many cases, even official car companies do not fully support rebuild projects done outside their system. This is why Mat's work stands out. He shows every step of the process, from damaged parts to complete restoration. His videos are not just entertainment. They also show how complex and advanced these cars really are. Millions of people watch his channel because they enjoy seeing broken supercars come back to life. But even after all this work, there's often little or no public support from the original car brands he works on. This is where the story becomes interesting. A creator who has done so much work on Italian supercars has received very little recognition from them. Yet a completely different brand, Koenigsegg, which he has never worked on, is the one reaching out first. This difference is what makes the situation so surprising for fans and viewers. The contrast between Koenigsegg and other car brands is one of the main reasons this story became so popular. Koenigsegg is a very small and exclusive company. They build only a few dozen cars each year, and each car can cost millions of dollars. Their cars are known for extreme engineering, unique design, and very advanced technology. On the other hand, brands like Ferrari and Lamborghini are much larger and produce more cars every year. Mat Armstrong has spent a lot of time and money rebuilding damaged cars from these big brands. He has helped bring attention back to cars that might have otherwise been forgotten or destroyed. However, despite his work, there's been very little official recognition from these companies. This is what makes Koenigsegg's action feel different. Instead of ignoring him, they send him a personal package. They included not only merchandise, but also a message suggesting he watched their videos and learned more about their engineering. This small detail made fans believe that Koenigsegg is paying attention to creators like Mat in a more direct and personal way. It is not just about marketing. It feels like respect. And in the world of luxury cars, respect between brands and creators is very important. Another important part of this story is how Koenigsegg thinks about marketing and communication. Unlike many traditional car companies, Koenigsegg is known for being very open and passionate about engineering. The founder, Christian von Koenigsegg, has always shown deep interest in explaining how their cars work. Instead of hiding technical details, the company often shares how their technology is developed. This makes them different from many other luxury brands that prefer to stay silent or very controlled in public communication. By sending a package to Mat Armstrong, Koenigsegg may not just be being friendly. It could be a smart decision to connect with a large and passionate audience. Mat's channel has millions of viewers who love cars and engineering. His audience is not just casual viewers. They are people who deeply care about how cars are built and repaired. This matches Koenigsegg's own values very closely. So, instead of traditional advertising, they may be using a more modern approach. connecting with creators who already have the attention of the right audience. This is why many people believe this moment could be the start of something bigger between Mat and the Swedish car company. For fans of Mat Armstrong, this situation feels both exciting and frustrating at the same time. On one hand, they are happy to see a high-level car brand showing interest in him. It feels like recognition for all the hard work he has done over the years. On the other hand, it raises questions about why other brands have not shown the same level of appreciation. Mat has rebuilt cars that are worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. He has spent huge amounts of money on parts and repairs. His videos have brought attention back to cars that were damaged or forgotten. Yet, official support has often been missing. This makes Koenigsegg's action feel even more powerful. It is not just about one package. It represents a difference in attitude. It shows that some companies may be more open to working with creators, while others still follow traditional business thinking. For fans, this creates a lot of discussion online. Some people think this is the future of car marketing, where brands connect directly with YouTubers. Others believe it is just a one-time gesture. But no matter what, it has already created a strong emotional reaction in the car community. If this connection between Mat Armstrong and Koenigsegg continues, it could lead to something very big in the future. Many fans imagine a scenario where Mat visits the Koenigsegg factory in Sweden. In this situation, he could meet the engineers, see how the cars are built, and maybe even work on a project with them. This kind of content would be extremely popular on YouTube because it combines storytelling, engineering, and real-world car building. Koenigsegg cars are already famous for their performance and technology, but seeing them through Mat's perspective could make them even more interesting to a wider audience. It would also help explain complex engineering in a simple way, which is something Mat is very good at. At the same time, it would benefit Koenigsegg by showing their brand to millions of viewers who trust Mat's content. This is why many people believe this is not just a random event. It could be the beginning of a long-term relationship between a creator and a car manufacturer. If that happens, it could change how car brands and YouTubers work together in the future. In the end, this story is not just about a package or some clothing items. It is about how the car industry is slowly changing. In the past, car brands mainly communicated through advertisements and official media. But now, YouTube creators like Mat Armstrong have become very powerful voices in the automotive world. They show real experiences, real repairs, and real emotions. This makes audiences trust them more than traditional ads. Koenigsegg seems to understand this change and is acting early to build a relationship with one of the most influential creators in this space. Whether this leads to a full collaboration or not, the message is already clear. The automotive world is evolving, and companies that understand creators may have a strong advantage in the future. For Mat Armstrong, this moment could mark a turning point in his journey. And for fans, it is a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected connections create the most interesting stories. Another important thing to understand in this situation is how modern car culture has changed because of social media. In the past, only big magazines, TV shows, and official events could bring attention to supercars. Brands had full control over what people saw and heard. But now, YouTube has completely changed that system. A single creator with a camera can show the full reality of a car, from a crashed shell to a fully working machine. This is exactly what Mat Armstrong does. His videos do not hide problems. Instead, they show every bolt, every mistake, and every challenge. This honesty is what makes people trust him, and trust is very powerful in today's world. When viewers see Mat struggle with a Ferrari engine or rebuild a Lamborghini chassis, they feel connected to the process. They learn more from him than from a polished advertisement. This shift in power from companies to creators is one of the biggest reasons why this Koenigsegg situation feels so important. It is not just a gift. It is a signal that companies are now watching creators more closely than ever before at the same time. This story also shows how exclusive brands protect their image. Companies like Ferrari and Lamborghini have strict rules about how their cars are used, repaired, and shown to the public. They want to maintain a certain level of control over their brand identity. This sometimes creates distance between them and independent builders or YouTubers. When someone like Mat rebuilds a crashed supercar outside of official systems, it can be seen as unusual or even unwanted by some companies. This does not mean they're against fans, but it does show a difference in mindset. On the other side, Koenigsegg appears to have a more open and flexible approach. Instead of focusing only on control, they seem interested in communication and engagement. This difference may explain why Koenigsegg chose to reach out first. It is not only about marketing. It is also about how each company views the modern world of content creation and storytelling. Some brands still follow old rules, while others are starting to adapt to new digital influence. For Mat Armstrong, this moment could also represent a turning point in his career. Until now, most of his work has been focused on rebuilding cars from the aftermarket or salvage market. He buys damaged vehicles, repairs them, and brings them back to life. This has made his channel extremely popular because people love transformation stories. But working with a company like Koenigsegg could take things to a completely different level. Instead of only fixing broken cars, he could be exploring brand new engineering directly from a factory. This would allow him to show not just repair work, but also design and development. It could also give his audience a deeper understanding of how hypercars are created from the ground up. If this happens, it would not only benefit Mat, but also the brand itself. Koenigsegg could reach millions of new viewers who may never have seen their cars before. This is why many people believe that the situation is more than just a one-time event. It could be the beginning of a new kind of collaboration between engineering companies and content creators. The reaction from fans online has been very strong and emotional. Many viewers are excited because they see this as recognition for Mat's hard work over the years. They feel that someone like him deserves attention from high-end manufacturers. Others are surprised because Koenigsegg is such a rare and exclusive brand. Some fans even joke that Mat has now reached a level where companies he has never worked with are more interested in him than the ones he regularly rebuilds. This kind of reaction shows how much influence he has built in the automotive community. At the same time, it also reflects a bigger change happening in the industry. People are no longer just following brands. They are following personalities who explain and demonstrate real experiences. This shift is powerful because it means trust is now built through storytelling rather than advertising. The emotional response from fans shows that this story is not just about cars. It is also about recognition, respect, and change in the way industries communicate with audiences. Looking forward, there are many possible directions this story could take. One possibility is that nothing major happens after the initial package, and it remains a friendly gesture. Another possibility is that it leads to a deeper connection between Mat Armstrong and Koenigsegg, possibly including factory visits, collaborations, or even a project car. If that happens, it could become one of the most talked about partnerships in automotive YouTube history. It would combine engineering excellence with real-world rebuilding experience, which is something audiences love to watch. It would also set an example for how modern car brands can work with digital creators in a more open and creative way. Whatever happens next, one thing is clear. The automotive world is changing quickly. The line between manufacturers, creators, and audiences is becoming less strict. And in the middle of this change, moments like this Koenigsegg package show how unexpected connections can shape the future of the industry in ways nobody predicted. One more angle that makes this situation interesting is how rare Koenigsegg actually is in the car world. Most people will never even see one in real life, let alone sit inside one. These cars are built in very small numbers, and each one is made with extreme attention to detail. Every part is designed for performance, but also for innovation. Because of this, Koenigsegg is not a brand that usually interacts casually with influencers or content creators. They do not need mass marketing like other companies because their cars are already in high demand. This is why the package sent to Mat Armstrong feels so unusual. It is not something that happens often. It suggests a very careful and intentional decision from the company. They are not just randomly sending merchandise. They're likely paying attention to who is shaping car culture online. And right now, YouTube creators like Mat are some of the biggest voices in that space. This makes the situation more meaningful because it shows how even the most exclusive brands are starting to adapt to modern media. Another important detail is how Mat Armstrong's content style fits perfectly with Koenigsegg's identity. Mat is known for showing everything clearly. He does not hide problems or skip steps. If something breaks, he shows it. If a repair takes days or weeks, he shows that too. This kind of honesty is very similar to how Koenigsegg presents its engineering process. The company is known for building advanced systems in a very transparent and technical way. They often share how their technology works, instead of keeping everything secret. This shared mindset may be one of the reasons why this connection feels natural, even if they have never officially worked together before. It is not just about cars or money. It is about approach and philosophy. Both sides seem to care about engineering, learning, and pushing limits. When two different worlds share the same mindset, even a small action like sending a package can feel meaningful and important. It becomes more than marketing. It becomes a signal of respect. If we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, this situation reflects a major shift happening across many industries, not just cars. Today, audiences trust real people more than traditional advertising. A YouTuber showing a real repair process can have more impact than $1 million commercial. This is because people want honesty, not perfection. They want to see failure, learning, and progress. Mat Armstrong represents this type of content very well. His channel is built on real experiences, not scripted promotion. This is why brands are starting to pay attention to creators like him. They understand that influence is no longer only in TV ads or big campaigns. It is also in everyday storytelling on platforms like YouTube. Koenigsegg's action, whether intentional marketing or simple appreciation, shows that the shift is real. It is happening right now, and it is changing how companies and audiences connect with each other. There's also an emotional side to the story that